Yo, what is up, guys? ShinobiEevee here, back again on another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going over is Epic 7 worth playing in 2023. Now, I've been playing this game for 4 months, so I'm not really a veteran or anything like that. But I can show you what I have done so far and then explain the pros and the cons that I found so far. And just a spoiler, there are way more pros than cons. Let's just keep it a stat. There are way more pros than cons. But if you guys do enjoy my video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. And, well, let's just go ahead and get straight into this. So, where's my account currently and what have I done? So, in 4 months, I have currently... Hold on a second.
I'll see you later.
My bad. In 4 months, I have currently gotten myself to level 61. This is me playing off and on top of that, learning the game manually. Because as of right now, there's actually a whole 30-day guide done by somebody named Deity on YouTube. I actually discovered him while I was learning how to gear my equipment and everything like that on my characters. And there's actually a whole 30-day guide on how to do what I basically did, which is get to level 61, as well as gear all my stuff in 30 days. Like, basically, you can get done what I did in 30 days now, and somebody's finally cracked the code. So, I'll leave that link down below. But, as you can see, I'm level 61. You know, I got a pretty decent roster of characters, actually. So, if we go to my heroes here, I got actually a really decent roster that we got here. So, we got Adventure Ries, which, for those of you guys who don't know, you get this main character. In the beginning of the game, he's not like this, per se. Like, if you look at his skills or his details here, he doesn't actually start out like this. In fact, actually, I don't even think I can go back to the way you get him. But the way you get him first is he starts out as a 3-star, which actually, I'll go over this later, but this is one of the pros, is stars don't mean shit in this game. Like, it doesn't matter what star character you get, it's the skills that matter, but we'll go over that later. But you get him at the beginning of the game, as well as, let's see, you get Ries, you get, if I'm correct, let's see, Mercedes down here, who's also a 3-star, who's going to end up being really good later on, so make sure you keep her. You also get Spectre Tenebria at the beginning of the game, or any MO 5-star. Once again, I'm going to talk about all that stuff later. And, of course, Free Spirit Teneria. So those 4 specifically, you get those 4 free, as well as one other character that you get to choose. And I ended up choosing, if I can find her. Where are you? Where are you? Damn it. Oh, there you are. Destino, because in the beginning of the game, you actually get to re-roll over and over again. And I will say that as far as the re-roll goes, you know, once again, I'm going to leave you the link down below to the 30-day guide that somebody else made, because they can probably better explain it than I can. But Destina or Iseria are the ones you want to get. And then once you get to story summons, which will also be explained later on, you want to go after this character who's really good. This is basically going to be the character that carries you through PvP, though I didn't actually use them. Because once again, I played this game a while before the guide came out, so I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of just winging it. But this character, combined with Ries and a couple others, as well as maybe Destino or Iseria, will be the ultimate combo. I actually did make myself a second account to follow that guide, and I'm on the Europe server for that second account, which is my test account for that 30-day guide to make sure it works. And let me tell you, it's done wonders. It has done wonders. But just talk about my global server account. I mean, we got that done. As of right now, within 4 months, I actually made it to the Arena and Challenger V. World Arena, I haven't started yet, because once again, my gear isn't ready yet, and we'll talk about that later. And we got a pretty decent amount of characters, level 60. You know, if we go to Sanctuary here, we got a pretty decent amount of Sky Stones. You know, we got a really good amount of this, which is what you're going to use, the main resource, to get your 6-star characters, which is going to be nice. And, I mean, overall, if we go down to story here, actually, we go to story, go to adventure here. I'm currently, right now, in chapter 3. So we've made pretty damn good progress, and I'm actually still continuing to make some pretty good progress. But the main thing you want to do is you want to be able to make it to this point right here so that you can upgrade Mercedes. But that's basically where I'm at right now. So now that you know where I'm at, I'm going to give you my pros and cons of this game. So pros for this game, which is, well, actually just give the cons, because the cons is a short list. So as far as cons go, and even then they've been working on it for a while, I don't really consider it a con unless you're trying to do PvP really fast, which once again, guide down below. I'm going to keep saying that because it's a really good guide, and especially for new players that have seen this video, you need to look at it because it's really damn good. But the main thing that is hard to do, in my opinion, for newer players is good, really good gear, which the gear is what you're mainly going to be concerned about when it comes to PvP. When it comes to PvE, you could go into PvE with some pretty crappy gear that you get in the very beginning and still do good, but they, once again, still give you a lot of stuff in this game. But once again, that's in the pro section. But gear is probably the one negative. If I had to put a negative on the list, it's the one negative, because once again, if you're going to do PvP, which is what I want to try and do to upload videos on the channel, it's going to take me a minute unless I decide to play turn 2, because a lot of my gear, like, as far as speed goes, if I'm talking about speedy characters, stuff like Rimmer and everything like that, you need them at least to be like 260 speed and above, and I don't have that kind of gear yet. In fact, I think my fastest character that I have currently is my Narwhal, which I got recently, and she's 230, which is definitely not good enough, but once again, my gear is not done yet. So, you know, I feel like when I actually do start to play RTA and start learning the, you know, meta and everything like that, then I'm probably going to be in a turn 2 tank it out player and trying to tank out whatever the person does first, and then so on and so forth, but we'll see how that goes. But I would say gear is the one negative, because even though it's easy to get, it's hard to get the actual really good gear, because it's mostly RNG, kind of like how Genshin does their artifacts. It's really RNG on if you can get some really cracked gear. So there's that. And to top it all off, I'm still, once again, a pretty new player, so I don't know everything there is about this game. So take what I say with a grain of salt a little bit. If there is some new stuff for gear and everything like that, then definitely let me know for veteran players. But I feel like gear is the one thing, because this is I cannot talk. This is a gear-heavy game. Because the thing with this game is, and I want to warn new players about this, is summoning for characters, while may feel nice, if you don't have the gear to use them, they're basically just going to sit in your inbox, and you won't actually use them, and then you're going to be kind of, you know, going to get tired of the game because of that, because you're not going to know what to do, you're not going to be able to clear content, and it's going to suck. So, one thing I'd focus on if I was a new player, and I was starting today, is getting your story team ready and getting your Wyvern team ready. Now, for me, my Wyvern team, I haven't finished completely, but I've been able to clear with the characters that I have. But if I was to have a Wyvern team, then it would definitely be these characters. So let's go here to my water characters. So my Wyvern team would probably end up being Angelica, who I'm working on right now. Crow, also really good tank. And then they also give you, where is it? Where do I have her? Where the hell is she? Oh, I might have 6-starred him already. Let me see. No? Do I not have Sigrid on this account? There's no way. I have Sigrid. Where the hell is Sigrid? Damn it. She's literally a 5-star. Oh, here we go. Well, I thought she was on the way in the bomb. But they give you her for free. In fact, actually, I got an imprint of her on my other account. I got 2 versions of her. So, Sigrid, Furious, who they also give you for free, or you can possibly pull him. Crow, which you could pull, but once again, there's also, of course, other stuff you can do. Angelica, those are my team. I'm thinking about putting Lethe on there, just due to the fact that she's pretty damn good. But if you're a free-to-play player, definitely, they're going to give you Sigurd for free. They're going to give you Furious for free. You're going to eventually also pull Angelica. Those are going to be characters that you're going to want. And then, once again, there's also the guide down below, which will tell you if you want any other options as well. But, you know, setting up my Wyvern team, otherwise, you know, story is probably, for the first couple of months, the most important thing that you're going to do. So don't even worry about PvP at all when you first start this game. That's my biggest tip. And don't worry about pulling characters. Not really, because there are only certain characters that you really need to get. In fact, if I had to give a list before I go into the cons of the characters that you need to get, which is easy to get, they're really easy to get. If there was a list, let me go to the journal here, of characters I say you need to have for your 30-day account, it is Iseria, who you can get from story summons, so that's basically free, especially if you're not spending your bookmarks or your premium sky stones, which you don't want to do. Like, do not spend your sky stones unless you unnecessarily have to. Use your bookmarks, which I'm going to talk about later. But Iseria, Destina, then Tenebrian, and Verona. If you have these 4 on your account, which is really easy to get, in fact, you can actually get Destina or Iseria right from the jump when they give you your free rerolls. You can get those 2 right from the jump, and I really suggest you do. Then you're good, and then you want to go into story summon, get Tenebrian, and then go into story summon, get Verona, unless you end up getting her off of just lucky crap or, like, what would you say, story, basically. So those 4 must-haves. But that's just, you know, here or there. Once again, guide down below. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's really important, especially for this game. But pros. Let's get into the pros, because the negatives really was only the gear, and that's only for PvP. If you're really just a PvE guy, you can clear it with pretty good gear that they just give you for free. Now, pros. They actually give you a whole guide. A whole guide of how to play this game, called Adventurous Path. If you follow this path, if you do what they tell you to do in this path, which doesn't take a lot, you will basically clear stories so easily. So easily. Like, they basically give you so much stuff for free. So that path, a must. Second thing, and this is going to probably be the longest part of the video, there's a thing called Moonlight's Blessing that they're going to give you from the start of the game, which is going to give you an MO 5-star. Now, what is an MO 5-star? An MO 5-star in this game is probably it's a light or a dark character, and some of these characters are some of the best characters in the game, and ladies and gentlemen, they give you one for free. Spectre Tenebria, in my opinion, and not even my opinion, it ain't even just an opinion anymore, it's the must pick, unless you want Vildred. The must pick. This character is busted as hell. It is used in RTA everywhere. If you look at the World Championships, this character is either banned because there's a draft system, or it's picked in certain situations, but even still, this character is good. And the best part about the Moonlight Blessing is, once you get this character is going to be one of the characters you basically clear your story with, is they're going to give you another one once you clear your story 2-10. And here we have Meteor Cowrick. Now, what does Meteor Cowrick do? Meteor Cowrick has the ability to cleanse debuffs, give a shield, also have a debuff on the opponent, and he's also he's able to push your characters to be able to move faster. Like, he has it all. He has it all, and he's really easy to gear, which, once again, gear being the one negatives, is really, really good. And even then, they're fixing the gear. Like, right now, for instance, as far as gear goes, you're able to craft your own gear just by playing the game. There's a Forge Your Epic Gear season that they've been doing every once in a while. This is the second one that I have done. And basically, you get points for playing the game, as you can see, doing daily reputations, all that good stuff. And as you do that, you're able to select the gear you want, select the stats that you want, and just get this really good piece of gear for me. Which, this gear right now, I'm trying to build it because I need really good speed gear, and I need stuff like this on the gear. So, really good thing there. But, so there's that. And basically what's going to happen here is, when you first start the game, what I would recommend your team would be, when you first start the game, is, I'm just going to make a team up. So you're going to have Rias, right? So you're going to get him for free, right? Now, depending on who you choose, being Destina or Iceria, you're going to have one of those two on your team. So that's going to be your second person. Next, you're going to put Spectre Tenebria on your team because she's the best. It's either going to be Spectre Tenebria or it's going to be Vildred, which is going to be another MO 5-star that you could choose from, who is second best, in my opinion, compared to Spectre Tenebria, but also really good for clearing PvE. So that's going to be your third. Then, as you're doing the thing that I showed you earlier, you're going to get, I'm going to show you what you get her from, but as you do connections, you're going to get free spirit you're going to get the free spirit character and her skin as well, which is really nice. They give you a free skin. But as you're doing the adventure stuff right here, you're going to get her artifact, her gear, and everything she's going to be using to help you clear. So your team's going to basically look like this. Let me just show you what your team's going to look like. So, your free-to-play team, when you start this, is going to look a little something like this. I'm just going to add a team. Screw it. I'm just going to add a team here. It's going to look something like this. Now, keep in mind, your Rias isn't going to look like this, so he's still going to be a tank. Your team's going to probably end up looking something like this. This is basically going to be your team when you first start. And this is going to be enough to clear. In fact, actually, even better, and this is dependent if you really want to keep Mercedes in your team or not, because she's really, really good, is technically, you don't even need to do that, because technically, Spectre Tenebria here is going to be right here. And even with really garbage gear, even with the worst gear you could probably get in the game, which, once again, some of the gear that they give you is just insane what they give you for free in this game. Especially right now. This is basically going to be what you clear story mode with. Like, you're going to be able to clear completely all the story with it. Now, obviously, my story team that I have right now is completely different because I, got a bunch of different characters and everything like that and whatnot. But this is going to be the team that you clear story with right here. And this is all for free. Artifacts and all. This is all for free. You know how crazy that is? let alone all the other stuff they give you. And that's just one of the positives. Another positive about this game is the animations. The animations in this game are insane. Like, I'm literally just gonna go ahead and show you. Like, we can go into side story, which once again, but they just give you so much, and that's just another positive that I'm gonna add on. But they give you so much, especially with side stories. There's so many collabs that you got. Like, for instance, the latest collabs that I have been through in the last 4 months that I played. Reincarnated as a slime. You know, I got Benimaru and I got Rimuru, and they had a side story for them, so you also got a free Rim, or not free Rim. You got a free Shuna. So there's that. Then you had ReZero. They gave you a free Ram. Then you also had Guilty Gear. They have Soul Bad Guy in here. And depending on what they do next, I'm thinking that they're probably gonna bring back Full Metal Alchemist again. And literally, if you go to any live stream, you'll see sometimes that people will be asking for so many collabs like Sword Art Online, Bleach, Naruto, all sorts of stuff, because they have so many anime collaborations in here. And the best part is, even for newer characters, even if you don't summon for them, if you do these side quests, they will give you 5-star stuff. They'll give you stuff to upgrade your gear. Like, you got a whole exchange that you could just basically put up in here, and they have this up for a while. Let alone all the upgrade materials that you can get in here. And they have this once again up for a while. They got summoning material, which you're going to be using this to summon with. They got artifact grind material. They even got stuff to help with your friendship in the game. They even got gold up in here, bro. They got everything that a new player could possibly want, all up in one side story, which is up for, as of right now, another 11 days, which is not going to take me a while to farm, because once again, there's an auto system in this game, which I'll actually show you right now, because we're going to go into the side story, which, once again, we'll talk about side stories later, because, once again, if you're wondering where you're going to get Iseria, Destina, or any of these other characters, you get them from the side stories, which you can do every 3 days, and I've already done a lot of them, and I mean a lot of them. In fact, the first side story I would recommend you new players do, if you don't have Iseria, do Iseria's and get her, because you can actually get her from the side stories. And if you don't have Tenebria, which should be the first one you do, definitely do hers, because she's just a busted healer for PvE, and a must-have. In fact, these two are basically the ultimate combo. I didn't know that when I first started the game, but I know that now because I started my second account, and these two are the ultimate combo, so you want these two. Either you get Iseria from your first summons that you get, or Destina, and then you summon for these two on stories, which is why you want to save these right here along with your bookmarks, or whatever way you get these two. Like, just make sure you got them, because these two are the must. But let's go ahead and actually look at the animations. In fact, we'll just go ahead and take a look at this side story and show you what the animations look like, because the animations look amazing. The animations look absolutely amazing. I'm gonna try and hurry this up because I know we're 17 minutes in. I really haven't shown a lot. But we can go up in here. Let's go up and just look at this, for instance. We're gonna fight one of these, which is gonna give us some more gore, which this resource is really important. But let's go up in here and let's just go and show you guys what this is looking like, because the animations in this game look absolutely amazing. But here we go. We're fighting our first boss. Now, this character is one of the newer characters, and while it's a really good character, not the most busted character in the world like everybody thought she was going to be, but the animation for her, oh my god, looks amazing. But look at this.
To encounter me is to meet your demise.
Like, the voice acting, the animation, it all looks just amazing, bruh. It all looks amazing.
Try not to feel so.
Like, she's got to probably have one of my favorite character designs plus animations in the game.
What would you like to?
And then you also got Summer Luluka, or Ocean Breeze Luluka, not Summer Luluka. Pretty good animation here. Like, the animations for this game are nuts. And this character, once again, you get this character for free.
I'll end it now.
Like, look at that.
Radiant light.
I'm just gonna launch this, even though I don't have to. Can I even launch this? I don't have to launch this, but I'm going to. Like, look how beautiful these animations look. Look how beautiful these animations look. Now, if you're wondering what Destina does, which is and why I'm telling you to summon for her, basically, if any of my team had died right there, like, let's say one of these two died, she could bring them back, and let's say I got debuff right there. She could remove the debuff and heal them. She does so much damage. It's not damage. She does so much healing. It's crazy. Not to mention she's an absolute tank if you actually do her correctly. So, nice. But we're going to go ahead and attack again. But, yeah, as you can see, gameplay, like, it ain't even like chibis or anything like that. It's really good.
How do you like this?
Really good gameplay, really good animations, and overall, just nice. Let's go ahead and burn this just cuz.
Oh,
And then
bored.
Tenebria, who is an absolute monster. Look at that. And then we got the truck. Like, look at the animations for this game, bro.
There's never enough time.
Like, look at that. So, animations, definitely a plus. Definitely a plus. And then friendships and everything like that. So, that's another pro right there. Other than that, you know, skins are also a pretty easy thing to get. Obviously, there's paid skins. In fact, actually, Destina's skin is a paid skin, but considering how, you know, this is one of my characters that I use all the time and bring with me everywhere, where it be PvE, PvP, whether, you know, she's everywhere for me. So definitely a really good skin. But even without the paid skins like Destina's, you have free skins for 4-star characters. You got free skins for 5-star characters. Hell, there's actually an epic pass that they do every once in a while. And this character right here, which is Sinful Angelica, they actually give a free skin for her right now if you got all your bookmarks, which, not bookmarks, if you have all your currency right here, which is your sky stones, which you want to save. Once again, I'm going to say this, save your sky stones. Like, absolutely dope character, really good for Wyvern as well, which, you know, building a Wyvern team is going to be nice. Now, you give that skin for free, and once again, 4-star character, really nice. There's also another character that they gave a free skin away for, which was Celine, who is really good not only in PvE, but is also really good in PvP. I'll show you who that character is just here in a second. Move down here. Celine here. So she got a swimsuit skin during the whole entire summer area, and her actual original skin looks something like this. Let me go ahead. I'm dumb. There you go. Looks something like this. So this is the original skin. This is her actual skin, and she has a really good animation as well. Even with the skin, it looks amazing. Like, look at this.
I gave you a chance.
Like, animations in this game go crazy.
It's too late to say sorry now.
Like, the animations in this game go so nuts. It's crazy. So you got that. But so as far as skins go, that's a definite positive. They give you a lot of skins and stuff for free. Now, moving on to the next thing that I like about this game is, as far as, you know, grinding goes, or as far as the stuff that they give you a lot of stuff. In fact, when you first start the game, I recommend that, once again, you farm unrecorded history and story as much as possible. In fact, with unrecorded history, I would recommend that when you actually start doing this and you clear all of it, that you go to stage 5 right here, and you basically put this on auto. As soon as it loads here in a second. But once you get to stage 5, I say just auto the hell out of it. Like, go here, and once you unlock pets, because you need to get pets in order to actually unlock auto. Once you get the pet and you know, unlock it to auto, just have this sit in the background, and it's basically going to farm for you. And you're going to get so many materials. You're going to get all the requirements for getting 6 stars, which they made really easy for you. And while you're farming that, you can have that sitting in the background while you're doing anything else, while you're doing story, maybe arena, and everything else. So, like, really good there. Now, me personally, the other thing that's really good is this game is a really good community game. Like, this game really heavily relies on the community for you to be able to enjoy it. So, I would say, if you haven't joined a guild yet, definitely make sure that you join a guild, especially if you're a newer player. Join a guild, or even better, make sure that you are, you know, if you start a guild, you know, try and get people inside of it, because the guild is one big part of the game, because they have guild wars, they have ways that you can donate stuff to each other so they can help each other grow. And overall, it's just been great. It's just been really great. This could be one of the best ways to get materials and stuff like that. And, you know, my guild, I would say, is in a pretty decent spot. I started my guild 4 months back just because I wanted to start one, and I didn't really know the importance of it. I didn't know the importance of it until now. You know, most of these people in here actually are randoms that I don't know. So, you know, if you don't have a guild, definitely join. The only thing you need to do is just make sure you donate gold donate gold every day, you know. And if you have urgent missions, you get these, make sure to donate those into the guild so that we can get stuff like, for instance, the member shop. Every time you donate, you get one of these, and if you get enough, you can get some of these awesome artifacts. So there's that. Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to talk about here, as far as summoning goes. So the way summoning goes in this game is actually pretty damn good. So we're just going to lay this out. We're just going to lay this out, because this is great. So the way this works is, when it comes to summons, you have the artifact and the character. Now the character, like once you hit a certain point, you're guaranteed to get it. And even though the pity doesn't cross over, it's not like Genshin where it's like you're gonna get other characters on it instead of the actual one. So you're gonna be guaranteed at least at one point or another to get the character. The artifact, on the other hand, that could be a different thing. Though with the artifact, there's actually a free-to-play currency that you can get the artifact for, but that's really good. So you got the usual drop rates for that. So you got that. Then you got the mystic summons. Now the thing I like about the mystic summons is even if you don't get who you want before they leave, it doesn't reset. So the 999, let's say I get down to like one summon and then it switches, it won't reset it. And this is where you're mostly going to be getting all your great ML 5 stars, ML 4 stars, all that good stuff. Now there's also the selective summon that you got here. Now when it comes to the selective summon, you're going to get two of these. One in the very beginning where you basically get to refresh forever, and then you get the second one, which once you get to 3-10, which is what I'm working towards, you get to do that, and you get a free 5-star that you're probably going to be able to choose, and it's going to be nice. Of course, you also got the story summon. Now, that's what I was talking about earlier, where you need to make sure that if you don't have Iceria or Tenebrian, get these two. Or hell, even Destina. And Rorana is also another one that you need to get. Like, the top 4 ones that you need to have. Destina, Rorana, Tenebrian, Iceria. These are going to carry y'all through PvE, and these two specifically are going to carry you in PvP, at least early PvP. Later on, when PvP starts getting a little bit harder as you're climbing the ranks, they might not be your every single pick, but especially Rorana, man, absolute beast, even in the higher tiers. So these 4 definitely must, but once you summon one of these 4 up in there, then you get a chance to be able to get them. And my next one that I'm going to be going after is going to be Iceria, because I don't have her yet. I have Tenebrian, and I think I have Rorana. I need to look again. If I don't have if I don't have Rorana, I might go after her next for PvE, because she's going to be really good. But yeah, no, that's where you get your story summons that I was talking about earlier for. Then, of course, you got your Covenant summons, which is going to be just your normal summons and everything like that. You can get random stuff from here. Sometimes the actual devs will give you free summons to do on here. Nothing crazy, though. You're not really going to want to touch this banner, though. And then you got the Moonlight summons. Now, the way the Moonlight summons work is as you're summoning, you will have a resource right here. And as you get 6 of these, you want to go to shop and you want to select on this. You do not want to go for the 4 or 5-star ticket selector, because, you know, that's not a guarantee. That's not a guarantee compared to the Moonlight summons, where pretty much you're going to get a 4 or a 5-star Moonlight guaranteed summon after a certain amount of times. And some of these characters, once again, are some of the best in the game, like for instance Meteor, Calric, or you know Spectre Tenebria, which you get in the very beginning of the game. So there's that. And then you got Element Summon. This I really haven't touched yet. I haven't figured this out, because once again, this is from a new player perspective, so I don't know exactly everything I'm talking about here when it comes to this specifically. But I have a feeling that this could probably be important. I'm probably gonna go over this maybe later as I go through the game, but you know, you got the Element Summon and the Friendship Summon, which, you know, I don't really touch that much. But in importance, if I had to put it in a ranking system, it'd be the drop rate ones. Though some characters are better to summon for than others. Like, for instance, if it's a limited summon, majority of the times, you want to go for it unless you don't have the gear. Because, once again, it's situational. And, once again, that's when the guide's going to come in handy, which I'll have a link down below. You know, Mystic Summons, which is going to be pretty important for getting your ML 5 stars, and then the Moonlight Summons, which will also give you a chance to get a 4 or a 5-star after 20 summons. So that's basically the summon system in a nutshell, and it's pretty generous. Like, for instance, I have pulled 2 of this Narkwhal when her banner came out in 1 summon, which was crazy, and I got her artifact as well for free, because once again, the free-to-play currency you get down here, which is the Powder of Knowledge, you can go up in here and get the artifact, as long as you have this dust right here. And even then, if the artifact isn't really worth anything, the Bottle of Knowledge could be really good. And speaking of characters, you don't need imprints. So it's not like Genshin where you're going to need constellations or anything like that. You don't need to get multiple copies of the character. Majority of the time when you get these 5 stars, you get 1 copy and you're done. So that makes it even easier on your wallet if you want to spend money, or if you're free to play like me, you don't have to spend anything. So that's also another positive. Another thing is, as far as arena and everything else is concerned, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you go in here, you know, and this is the more PvE, not PvP. This is the actual people, but you'll end up fighting people. Now, Challenger is pretty high up on the ranking, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna challenge some of these teams because my butt's probably gonna get my I'm probably gonna get my butt handed to me because this is when it gets real. Like Challenger and up is when it gets really real for me at least, and I don't have the gear to beat these guys yet. I really don't. I do not have the gear for this at all. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do about arena at this point in time because I'm probably gonna end up getting my butt handed to me, but it's still pretty fun either way, and it helps you get a good grasp on the meta. And other than that, I mean, pretty good positives, I would say. Story's also really good, so even though this game is really focused on PvP, I would say definitely make sure you take a look at the story because that's really good, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And then, once again, side stories, with all the collabs they've been doing, they give you a lot of free stuff. Unrecorded History gives you a lot of free stuff. They also got the Moonlight Theater, which will help you with story if you're really interested in that. And then Book of Memories, which I really haven't touched yet, will also give you some good stuff if you really want to go into it, though. I would say just hold off on this for a little while. But if you're really interested in certain characters or certain stories, definitely try it because it's pretty fun stuff. And they also give you some pretty, alright gear. Not crazy gear, but alright. So, other than that, in conclusion, is this game worth playing? Definitely. The only negative being the gear, and they're actually fixing that. Like, they're giving you a lot of free stuff, for instance. Like, a lot of the gear that I got, it's, like, mostly for free or stuff that I've earned just by playing the game. So, like, as far as free-to-play stuff goes, like, you're gonna be not really having to worry about it. And all you really gotta do is, like, log in, auto unrecorded history, which is what I've been doing every single day. Do arena a couple of times, whether you lose or win, it's still gonna get you stuff that you want. And then do story. Like, as a PvP player or PvE player so far, because I'm not really touching PvP yet, I've been doing a lot. And the best part is they've even added a draft mode for newer players. So let's say you don't know how the meta works. If you want to go and do a draft mode and you want to try and just check through some characters and see what you want to do, they have that, so it's nice. I haven't tried it yet, but it's nice, and you get to learn how the meta works and everything like that. So, yeah, no, it's nice. Like lots of characters, lots of stories, a really free to play friendly, environment. Community's also nice. Once again, if you want to join my guild, I have a Discord down below. I want to start trying to get people in the guild and start getting the community going. I might start making more YouTube videos on the story and whatnot. But other than that, I think that's pretty much about it. There's a lot, like, once again, a lot of positives, not really that much negatives. In fact, at the end of this video, pretty much as far as negatives go, it's just mostly gear. And positives, it's like characters. They give you a lot of stuff for free. You can get sky stones, you can get, bookmarks just by playing story and side stories. Hell, even the shop themselves, just by spending a little bit of sky stones, can have, sky stones in there. So that's the main way people get it. The events are all really generous. In fact, this is where you're mostly going to get all your good stuff from. Hunt challenge, more gore challenges, all of that I'm still working through. Gear challenges, and then on top of that, when they do live streams, sometimes they'll give away, free materials and stuff. And then also, as far as energy is concerned, because you're probably wondering how I'm, doing unrecorded history over and over, they give you so much energy in this game that I don't have to really worry about it. They give you so much energy that I don't have to worry about it. It's really nice. But, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for me. Is the game worth it? I'd say definitely. I say this is probably one of the best, if not the best, free-to-play gacha in the game, like, ever. Like, that I've ever played outside of Honkai Star Rail and Bleachberry Souls, because I've been playing those for a while, and Bleachberry Souls is damn near as close as to Epic 7 as you're going to get. But if you already have Bleachberry Souls and you're wondering if you want to pick up another game that has a lot of story, a lot of cool characters in it, Epic 7 is definitely a good choice. But without further ado, I think that's going to be it. I've been rambling for a good 33 minutes. But in summary, only negatives is, getting good gear for characters is mostly RNG based, like artifacts, and it's going to take you a while to do it. So Wyvern team is really important. But other than that, if you're just a PvE guy, or you just want to be decent at PvP, there's a guide down below that I'm going to post, and then you can go from there. And then story is really good, so and characters are really nice too. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you guys are playing Epic 7 right now or not, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.